There's no question that the elderly are important members of society who deserve our respect. When someone has lived a long life, they always have a great deal of wisdom to impart upon us young folks. The problem is they often lose their capacity to help themselves. So when something goes wrong, there's little they can do, especially if they don't want to be a burden on anyone. That's what happened to one elderly man when someone he trusted did something terrible. He called the police for help, and when they arrived, he could hardly believe his eyes. Mount Pleasant, Tennessee is a sleepy little town just outside of the Appalachia region. With only about 5,000 residents to its name, it's a close-knit place where people of all stripes help out their neighbors in need. It's a small town like this one where everybody knows each other. People often go out of their way to help their neighbors. Everyone is close, and when one of them is in trouble, there's sure to be someone else who can step in and lend a hand. Some of the most active members in these communities are the local police, who are often very familiar faces around town. In addition to upholding the law, these officers support the school sports teams and get involved in local events. So when one officer saw one of his citizens in need, he didn't think twice before going above and beyond the call of duty. One January, the police precinct received an unusual and deeply upsetting call from an elderly man. Would someone be able to come by and bring him some food? Obviously, it was a desperate situation. The 79-year-old man explained that a former caregiver had stolen his debit card, leaving him with absolutely no money at all in the middle of a historically difficult winter. As a result, he hadn't eaten in 2 days. 4 members of the Mount Pleasant Police Department sprung into action. They couldn't allow this poor man to go another minute without eating. They rushed to the man's home as fast as they possibly could, and they had a gift for him. They brought along enough food to last him for a month. The 4 heroes were identified as Officers Odom, Gray, Runyon, and Bolton. Together, they took a total of $160 from their very own pockets and headed to the grocery store, ready to stock the elderly man's pantry. Their good deed came just in time. That very same weekend, a massive blizzard swept through the area. There's no telling what would have happened to the elderly man if the police officers hadn't arrived when they did. After that one fateful phone call, the Mount Pleasant Police Department realized that they could easily do something to help more than just that one man, so they set up a food pantry with canned goods to assist other needy residents in town. As for that dishonest caregiver, she was identified and arrested, and the elderly man once again had his funds restored. It was a close call, but all seemed to be right once again. What a great example of neighbors helping neighbors. It's never a bad idea to help someone in need, especially when they can't help themselves. There's nothing wrong with some good karma.